What's up, guys? Crypto markets continued to drop overnight, continued their correction that's been going on now for a few days, but I just bought some Bitcoin and I want to tell you why. Let's go. What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets, and we're here to talk about the continued Bitcoin correction and why I personally am continuing to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. First, please, I ask you, subscribe to the channel and go ahead and hit that like button right down below. I also want to announce we're having a contest. You can enter until Sunday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is guess the price of Bitcoin at 2 p.m. on Monday based on coin market cap. The person who's the closest and is the winner will get $100 in Bitcoin. You can see all of the details down in the description. Now let's dive into the market. Once again, as I told you, Bitcoin has continued to correct overnight for me. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. It dropped and made a lower low. For me, currently, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, but I'm going to tell you why I woke up and I bought some more Bitcoin. Let's dig into the charts first. If you follow me, you know that I absolutely love a good bullish divergence with RSI. What you're looking at here is the line chart on the 4-hour. I use line charts because it's based on closes and it eliminates all the wicks and noise from your analysis. As you can see, we had a nice bullish divergence right here at the bottom, which caused a price pop. As you can see, it went up, but that was followed by a hidden bearish divergence, which means that RSI made a higher high and price made a lower high. That is a signal of downward continuation, and we saw a drop after that. But what I like and what I saw right when I woke up was that we have potential. It will confirm by the time this video comes out, hopefully, at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Potential bullish divergence once again with RSI coming out of oversold on the 4-hour. Historically, this has been an incredible buy signal and a signal of a bottom. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. They don't work every time, but for me, this has been the most reliable signal. And once again, it is not confirmed yet. And we will also have to watch and make sure we don't end up with another hidden bearish divergence. But to note, digging into the 1-hour, we have a bullish divergence from here to here. That's kind of large, but we also have smaller bullish divergences here with price going down and RSI slightly pushing. We can dig into the 2-hour chart. Big bullish divergence confirmed already. Let's look at the 3-hour chart. Clearly bullish divergence here. Looks like that's likely to confirm as well. 4-hour chart I showed you. 6-hour chart, that's a higher low. Potential bullish divergence. 12-hour, daily, not so much. They're not there yet. But we have it there potentially on the 4-hour chart. This is my kind of signal. I'm also buying as an investment, not a trade. Very important. I'm willing to hold this. I believe that Bitcoin will eventually trade above current prices. Now let's look at the candle chart. This is also what I really, really like. As we discussed in previous videos, we had this move up from here to here. If you took fibs from this level at the top to the bottom level, this was right about the 50%, which you expect as an impulse. So there was no really convincing bullish movement until we had a break above that, which ultimately was not to be, and we had the drop. But what I really like here is if you draw a range off of the lows from the other day to the highs, you had this bearish SFP here, which caused the drop. But now we have bullish SFP down at the bottom of the range. This is what we call sweeping the lows. Right? You hear about that term all the time. What happens is there's tons of liquidity here. Sellers push price down into that area because they actually want to buy Bitcoin. They trigger all of those stop losses and all those buy orders, fill up and head up. So I'm hoping that with this hold of the range lows, we at least target the EQ here around 48,026. That's not that ambitious. And then we target the highs of 51,440. And inevitably, you hope that we will flip the top of the range and head up and that this is the end of the correction. But for now, I absolutely love the bullish divergence. That is the signal I personally like to use to trade. And yes, I am a bit early. I've preempted it, assuming that it will likely confirm, which it has not yet. Now, there's been a lot of speculation and discussion as to why this drop is happening. There were charts on Crypto Quant showing F2 mining pool was sending a ton of Bitcoin onto exchanges and likely selling. That seems to have ceased yesterday or the day before. So hopefully that narrative is dead and the big sellers are out of the market, but we will see. Next, today, 63,100 Bitcoin options expire on the CME. We always see a ton of volatility into the expiration of these options. That closes, I believe, at 4 p.m. today in London, right? So we usually see price suppression into the CME expiration, and then we see sort of the restraints taken off and price fly. It's happened many times, so I'm expecting that price may potentially be suppressed throughout the day, and then once the options expire, price will be ready to run. Those expirations happen on the last Friday of every single month, 4 p.m. London time. The CEO of Crypto Quant, Ki-Young Ju, noted yesterday on Twitter that 13,000 Bitcoin flowed out from Coinbase just a few hours before his tweet. He said, "It seems those Bitcoin went to multiple Coinbase custody wallets. U.S. institutional investors are still buying Bitcoin at the 48K price." He said this is the strongest bullish signal that he's ever seen. What does this mean? It means that people are buying a ton of Bitcoin on the exchange and moving it out to custody wallets. It's going into cold storage and it is not coming back. Reduced supply while we continue to see increased demand. And just one interesting last note, talk about a reversal. JP Morgan has endorsed their clients holding 1% of their entire portfolio in Bitcoin as a hedge, a 1% allocation to Bitcoin as a hedge. This is something that people like Chamath have been talking about forever. Anyone in the Bitcoin community has said, at least 1% for wealthy people. Many have pushed that up to 5%, 10%. Since COVID, honestly, people start talking about 20, 25, 30, 50%. But it's notable that JP Morgan, with their CEO, Jamie Dimon, who once said that he would fire anyone who worked at JP Morgan for touching Bitcoin and that it was a scam and all kinds of other things. Well, now his company has changed their tune and they're endorsing a 1% allocation to Bitcoin as a hedge. Today is going to be very interesting. I'm hopeful, but not certain, of course, that we could potentially see Bitcoin rise and see the market have a nice, healthy bounce, but we will see what happens. Once again, please check out that contest Monday, 2 p.m., price of Bitcoin. Go ahead, take your best guess. I, for one, have no idea what the price will be that day. Once again, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.